the American Nightmare himself, the one and only Cody Rhodes. Cody, good morning, and thank you so much for the time today.
Good morning, David and Mark and Mickie James. Long time no talk. Oh my gosh.
I know. I'm so happy to talk to you.
Mickie was my homie back in the day.
I like to think that I'm still your homie.
Absolutely. And then shout out to the Hubs, who is now the general manager of SmackDown. What is happening here? Yes.
Crazy.
What a great family.
Yay.
Say wrestling has more than one royal family. You get it. They're all around.
I need to know, Cody, before we get kicked off, because we've been in a heated debate here on the show. Way off topic. But in the Rhodes household, I need to know, when do the holiday decorations start to go up? Right after Halloween?
So it's layered a little bit. We are Disney style, where Halloween ends, and then the next day Brandi did have the lights put up for the house. However, they were not lit, but they were put up. So the lights went up, and then day after Thanksgiving is traditionally the tree, and then Elf on the Shelf, that being Sue, shows up, and the season really kicks off. So I'd say we're really day after Thanksgiving, we light it up.
See there? See there? Tradition. Go ahead. I love it.
And don't
I
ask
love it
us
when a plan comes together.
And Cody, don't ask us how we got on that topic, but we did, and it caused quite the uproar here on Busted Open this morning. But
we've had a morning.
Broke records with phone calls.
Good radio has good debate, but there's no debating you and what you've been able to do on Monday Night Raw and what you've been able to do in the world of the WWE. Obviously, we've talked a lot about it here on Busted Open. Looking forward to Monday Night Raw tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Time on USA. And, of course, we're getting closer and closer to Survivor Series, then the Rumble, and then we're in WrestleMania season. So we've talked a lot about the loss from Roman coming off of WrestleMania 39. How has it been for you these last 5 or 6 months since WrestleMania 39?
Well, I feel like it's been really uncharted in a sense where I'm very organized. I like to know where I'm going, what's happening. And in my mind, I had visualized the big grand finale at WrestleMania 39, and it didn't happen. And when it didn't happen, I'm not going to say I'm grateful for the loss, but I'll say that it took me down a road that I really wasn't anticipating, that being 3, not 1, but 3 matches with Brock Lesnar, and being able to pull that out. And in addition to that, this live event run that we've been on, it's been the most successful in the company history. And you have myself and one of my partners coming into the WarGames, Seth Rollins, kind of as this 1-2 punch, and that's something I've been really proud of. It's really taken me places. I mean, the other day, Adam Pearce saying the word WarGames and realizing I was going to be in one, which is, it's very special to me, and it's really taken me places I wasn't anticipating. So again, I can't say I'm grateful for it, but I am grateful for how much the fans have jumped on in terms of, that's something that was told to me, hey, they might after, that they may not be with you anymore. And in this case, they've been with me even more. Everything's only grown instead of shrink. And I'm very lucky and blessed that that's the situation.
And you mentioned WarGames. We're going to see WarGames at Survivor Series on November 25th on Peacock. You being a part of a WarGames, that was your dad's baby. That came from his genius mind. And I know that's got to feel extra special for you. So how are you feeling knowing you're going to be a part of this for a first time?
Well, I really want to almost like wax poetic about it in terms of how it's Dusty's and it was his creation, but everything is like coming up Dusty these days. And I've told people this before. I thought as time went on and, I got older, there they would know less. But the fans he's just everything. He touched everything, especially on the way out. So to be able to do this is great. But I can't think of it in that sense, because really I'm thinking about the match itself. What Hunter Triple H has changed the match, and if there was anybody who had the right to change the match, it was him, because of Dusty and his relationship. But I don't want to be the weak link in this thing. Everyone who watches War Games knows that there's a weak link, and there's always somebody who's standing out. Back in the day, it was a little obvious. You see JJ Dillon there, and like, hey, he's the one they got to protect. But these guys I'm in there with, some of them have War Games experience, so I'm really following that lead. Jey Uso particularly, who's just become a great ally and buddy, kind of replaced Matt Cardona as my one wrestling buddy. So I'll be following his lead.
Cody, I hope in your heart of hearts you believe that losing at WrestleMania was the best thing that ever happened, because we talked about the hard times and how you had to have your own version that was independent of like what your father did, that would put teeth on you, that would make you have a razor's edge. And that saga with Brock, it did that, man. Like you are undeniable. You talk about it being undesirable to undeniable. Like, you are completely undeniable in pro wrestling. You are. I wouldn't go so far right now until you win at WrestleMania of saying that you are your father's equal, but you are Cody fucking Rhodes. And in the business of pro wrestling, to be an icon in a business that has had so many unbelievably great wrestlers, to have your name mentioned and know you're going to be a first round ballot Hall of Famer, like, that's gotta feel good.
I want to run through like a brick wall here and you say that, in terms of that'll light a fire. But I'm being honest in a sense that I don't know how to feel about WrestleMania 39 until I get where I'd like to get. And this more than anybody. It's a long road to get back. Yeah. It's a long road to I've been saying, you can catch me under my breath sometimes when I'm out there in the ring, on Raw or at SummerSlam. I've been saying we're on our way. We're on our way. I even went as far as to say, when other people think it might be somebody else, it's always been me. But the truth is, those are just words. WrestleMania season, Royal Rumble season, War Games ahead of us. That could be the hard times right there. That could be the most arduous path I've been on. So I've focused on it. I definitely appreciate your perspective from looking outside in on me. I focused on it show to show, and just kind of the Cena model of, are we improving every outing? Are they more into it every outing? And that's been my goal. But I very much appreciate you saying that. I have never ever heard Hall of Famer before, and that would just blow my mind. We got to get old Chicken in that Hall of Fame first, though. My brother, we got to get Chicken in there.
Oh my God, yeah.
Right? He's just out there still hitting the ropes where he can hear the ping. He's hitting them so hard and stuff. Yeah, you got to get him in there.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah,
Cody, I love that you're so humble and you're so kind. You've always been this way, but I think that what I admire most is that we all have like very high demands of ourselves, and you hold yourself at a high standard. And I think that you've had big shoes to fill in all of that. But I think that, like what just Mark said, to add to that, like, you've been able to create your own story and your own legacy in this industry. Yeah. And I'm certain that, like, from coming out from underneath your father's shadow to just being Cody Rhodes, who you are, and standing in the man you are today because of all of these things, but the betting on yourself and to taking a risk on yourself, and then the journey you're on now, coming back, what you wanted, like, it was everything that you wanted and you fought for, and now you're standing in it, and that's so powerful and it's so glorious. And I hope that every day you get to say thank you for those moments, because I think that there's so many more now to come, because it's like a whole new, brand new chapter of this career. It's almost like it's all brand new again, and it must feel amazing. It really, really must feel amazing for you as a man, as you know, your family legacy, but also just your own legacy. You know, it's really awesome, and it's just cool to see friends winning. You know what I mean? I think.
I very much, you mentioned something, you said it must feel new. It does. It feels new, and I always tell people, hey, I'm a slow learner. It took me a while to get to the spot I wanted to be, but when I think of a match, when somebody says Cody versus somebody, even if we had done that match 8 years ago, 10 years ago, it doesn't read the same way. It all reads brand new, because I had found my footing. And you said, it's always so nice and humble, and you guys are just making me feel great. I'm waiting for Dave to drop the hammer on some tough question here. but I'll say there was a period of time, and maybe it wasn't when I was in WWE when we were hanging out. There was a period of time where I feel like I lost my compass, and I was arrogant, and I was grizzled. You know how guys get grizzled long before they ever should be grizzled. I was all those things, and I was really angry. And a lot of that work is evident when you look at, what I did with New Japan and Ring of Honor and AEW. There was like an anger to me, that I'm motivated differently now. It's not anger that motivates me. It's maybe having a daughter, that's probably changed it, but it's different, and it's been better for me as motivation. It's been more positive. I really appreciate you saying that.
Well, it's funny you mentioned the word angry, because I guess, I've gotten angry. I was angry at WrestleMania 39. And listen, I'm not going to be on this.
That's not what you were. You were more than angry.
I was I was perturbed. And then I got to be honest with you, and I know this is a very unpopular opinion, but I was angry at The Rock as well, with some of the comments he made about WrestleMania 39 and a possible appearance at WrestleMania 40, because to me, it's all about you at WrestleMania 40. I feel like the story is there, and that's what's so great about what you're doing, Cody. In the world of the WWE, there's always options. I mean, we've seen the emergence of LA Knight, but to me, it's still about you. And the reason why it's still about you, Cody, is because of the connection you have with the fans. And this is why I appreciate you as much as I do, you have made fans a fan for life. Those children that you see each and every Monday night and you give that weightlifting belt to, or even at live events, those are fans because of those moments, and because you're giving those fans your time. Those are now fans that are going to be fans of the WWE for the rest of their lives, and they're going to make their children fans as well. And I feel that because of that connection, I'm very hopeful of what we're going to see at WrestleMania 40.
You mentioned being fans for life and making fans for life. I've been a fan for life, so I want them to join the parties. Some people's model is that they're really not seen as much. There's an aura, there's a mystique about them, and I've tried that, but for me, there's not really a character here. Maybe it's turned up, but I like the spending the excess amount of time until Jason Jordan security pulls me to the back. I like the grassroots interaction, because I feel like I wasn't thinking that so much early in my career. It almost felt like, oh, these fans will always be here. This is, WWE at the time, like they're always going to come, and then realizing that it's different now, and how important it can be to actually get to know your fans and be on their team and them be on your team. You mentioned The Rock. Nobody has asked me about The Rock because I think they're scared to ask me or don't want to be rude, or I'll say this about The Rock. And, coming out on Pat's show, which I was watching live because I love Pat, and then SmackDown and all this. The Rock did for sports entertainment so much. and continues to do so much by being the biggest star in Hollywood, that I'm able to be at the level I'm at because I can stand on shoulders like those of The Rock. So he could have come on there and run me down, and I still would have the highest respect for the great one. He's honestly a model superstar for anybody who wants to just supersede all expectations. With that said, though, no matter what he said, anyone who did ask me, anyone who did confront me on it, I said I'm not flinching. I'm not flinching. And I feel like if The Rock and I were in the same room, he would expect nothing less from me. If you think it's somebody else, I'm going to do everything I can to make sure you know it's me. And that's the same attitude that The Rock had when he was climbing the ladder. I don't care who it is. And if that happens to be The Rock, if that happens to be anybody who comes into this fray, a wonderful superstar like LA Knight, an absolutely stellar performer like Sami Zayn, who him and I went toe to toe in a way last year. It doesn't line them up, and I'm just going to do everything I can to outrun them. I certainly am, and I mean that with the utmost respect to them. I wasn't shook at all by Rock's big day out, and I'm still, again, what I would say is not flinching. If Rock's part of WrestleMania 40, that would be outstanding. He should be. It's The Rock, but I don't think he'll be in my spot.
Love it. I love it. I love the confidence, and it's true. It's the story that I want to see, and I think it's the story that the WWE universe wants to see. And I've said it, and I'll say it to you, Cody. When I look at you, and I've said this in conversations with you, Mark, conversations with Bully on this show, I look at Cody Rhodes as the franchise, as the face of the company. And I really, truly believe that. And then to be truly the face of the company, you need that undisputed WWE Universal Championship around your waist. That's why this story and what we're going to see over the course of the next 5 months is so intriguing, Cody.
I feel like, Dave, you're going to jinx it. Because there's a
why do you say that?
There's a long way to go. I mean, Mickey and Mark can tell you you got to get there's the Royal Rumble. There's the Elimination Chamber. This is like prime, the battle season. Everyone is bringing their A game. So again, I have all this confidence and this swagger, but I'm definitely knocking on wood that we don't jinx anything, and that we just
there's no need to knock on any wood, because who you are and the confidence that you have is enough. There's no need to knock on any wood. And to show you how confident I am, I always do a WrestleMania t-shirt challenge starting at the Royal Rumble. Mm-hmm. Every single day from the day of the Rumble until WrestleMania, I wear a different pro wrestling t-shirt every single day from Rumble to WrestleMania. I've been doing it for years here on Busted Open. I'm doing it differently, Cody, this year. Because from the Royal Rumble to WrestleMania, I am wearing nothing but Cody Rhodes t-shirts. That's right. Every single day from the Royal Rumble to WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia, I am wearing nothing but Cody Rhodes t-shirts every single day until WrestleMania 40.
And you have all of them hanging in your house right
now. I'm a collector.
Are you like an airport collector?
Got his blue Sharpie and everything.
Oh man, I signed for the airport collectors because I sign anything if you put it in front of me. Oh man, but it's all, you know what I can say about the airport collecting situation? It's a good sign that the show is going to be amazing if there's like 60 of them. With it's honestly, because I remember when I left and was doing indies and some of the early shows, that was something that was gone, and in a weird way, I missed it in a very weird way. But nonetheless, I know you're not an airport collector, Dave. Did you buy these shirts, or is this your way of telling me to send you like a care package?
Yeah. Well, listen, Cody, I do have shirts that range your entire career, but I would never say no to any extra swag. I would. Listen,
you know what, David? You should send him. He and Brandi the pod swag, the holiday pajamas, and then they can all, they can do their holiday cards like us.
Okay. All right. You know what?
Then he can send you a t-shirt.
Mickie, this is why I love you, and that's why you're such a vital part of this show. You're absolutely right. I am going to make sure that we send Cody and the entire Rhodes family enough busted open swag from podswag.com that they're gonna have such a merry and happy holiday
with
season.
Hot cocoa.
Yes, thank you, Mickie. Thank you. So definitely, you're gonna get a care package from us, Cody, for the holidays. For sure.
I like the trade. We'll go care package for care package. I got a lot of goodies. Got a lot of items.
Cody, Cody, tell Brandi next year that I want her to be involved at the World Food Championships.
At the World Food Championships?
Yeah, I judged for a couple of years over the last 3 years. I missed a year. And I was there this weekend, and I thought about her. I was like, man, Brandi should be here. She would learn so much, and she would love that. Because we're both foodies. You get to eat all the time. She is she's doing it, man. And just let her know that she's been thought about.
Thank you. I'll spread the message. She's been like, honestly, just I've been so proud of her because we just opened the yoga and Pilates studio there in Roswell, Georgia, where we live, Naked Mind. And I don't know anything about the yogi culture and definitely don't know anything about Pilates. And she just got the best teachers, and there's a really good vibe. I find myself when I get home, like Wednesday, I'm gonna get home off a red eye at 5 a.m. or whatever. I find myself wanting to put the Naked Mind jacket on and go just chill at the front desk, because it's a very nice change of pace too. Mickie, Mark, when it's wrestling all the time, it's fun when you've got this outside project, this other thing you can do. And I'm very proud of the studio and what she's doing, and classes filling up, and just a really cool thing to have.
That's incredible. I love yoga too. It keeps my body in check, but also just like that mindset, like that, just kind of like just being able to kind of reset and just be in your own space for an hour and a half while you're there. I love it. I swear by yoga.
I think that mindset and that being present, if anything, I've picked up from her being present, especially in our line of work where you've got Dave here telling me about everything I'm going to do on the next 5 pay-per-views.
He's booked everything for you, Cody. Don't even worry about it. He's got you.
You got to stay present. You let everyone else kind of do that. But that's a really good mindset to have.
I love it.
Cody, listen, I'm looking forward to Monday Night Raw as usual. Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern time on the USA Cable Network. Survivor Series War Games coming up November 25th. You can watch that exclusively on Peacock. So you're absolutely right. Before we get ahead of ourselves, this month is a tremendous month for the WWE, and obviously with Mickie, Nick Aldis, a part of SmackDown and the general manager for SmackDown. So the WWE, as we talked about, Cody, is extremely hot. This may be the hottest the business has ever been, is right now for the WWE. So it's a great time to be a part of the WWE universe. And Cody, we're a big fan of yours, and we truly appreciate you taking the time out and being a part of the show this morning.
Oh, I really appreciate it. I thought if you want to, you got a hard question for me or anything you want to ask? I mean, that was the easiest thing on the planet. It was a pleasure talking to you, Mark and Mickie, especially. Is it, you got a hard question for me, Dave?
No, I mean,
you got a curveball?
No, there's really no curveballs.
I'm sitting up here trying to think of one, Dave, and I can't even really think of nothing.
Listen, to me, it was the Rock stuff, because when I heard Rock on Pat McAfee, I was upset because, he talked about wanting to be a part of WrestleMania 39, and I wanted to remind The Rock, if he ever did call in to the show, which he never has in the 15 years that we've been on the air, I wanted to remind him that WrestleMania 39 broke records. And it broke records for attendance. It broke records for buys, for eyes on the product, for merchandise sales. And if I remember correctly, Rock wasn't part of the main event. It was Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes.
Right.
And then for WrestleMania 40, I'm sure that's going to break records. So,
Mhm.
you know, you kind of addressed that situation, and
Yeah.
you did it in the Cody Rhodes fashion, which is all class. So I appreciate that. So
Right.
I really have
So you
no
saying you didn't
curves.
have class when you said it, Dave?
No, I mean,
Dave, the way you,
Dave said, I was mad.
Dave, you might be angrier than I am in regards, and keep it, keep that energy. No doubt, keep it. We did answer that question the best way
That's
we could.
right.
But well, that's fine. You keep your mindset the way you are. I appreciate it.
Cody said in a gentlemanly fashion, he pretty much told Dwayne to don't sing it, bring it.
that's right. And that's
Oh,
it. And hey,
shit.
that's throwing his
That-
words right back at him, Mickey. I love what you just said. And we're going to finish
Ooh.
this story. There's no doubt about it. Cody,
Yeah,
thank
the
you
next
so
part of the story is he's going to call into the thing, and then I'm going to have to talk to you in 2 months, and you're going to have completely flipped the script, Dave, because I feel like you're going to go from you're
Hey,
going to go
listen,
from where
Deej, I'm so
my
sorry.
shirts.
Thanks for being on the show.
Whoa,
Great.
wait a second. Wait a
You
second.
call him
Oh, you
Deej.
call him Deej?
No, first of all, I listen. That I take exception to, Mr. Rhodes, because the one thing I am not is a hypocrite. And when I say something, I stand by what I say. So if The Rock were ever to call in, and listen, Cody, I've offered him a free Dave LaGreca guy T-shirt. I've offered him a
Mr.
bottle
Johnson.
of my. I've offered him a bottle of my hot sauce. And he has yet to
Award-winning.
call. Thank you very much, Mark. So, you know, the offer is on the table if he ever does want to call into the show. But, you know, the offer is always theirs. But I will not go back on what I just said right here in this interview. That's 100% genuine Dave LaGreca right there.
All right, fair enough.
You
I'll
got the
tell you.
receipts.
I'll tell you a really quick little secret though. When that happened, I said, "Hey, I gave you the response I would give in terms of forward-facing response on it." But I will say this: I have a bottle of Terramana on my bus, and I only partake in the tequila of the great one if I felt like I had an absolutely tear the house down, stellar moment, whether that's on a live event or a PLE. So there's a little thing that's right there. There's a little thing. Hopefully he comes on the show though.
Well, I mean, Mark Henry, our very own Mark Henry, has only gotten drunk one time in his life. And the
Yep.
one time he got drunk was drinking Terramana. So, right? Am I right? Right or wrong,
It is
Mark?
lovely, isn't it? That tequila. It's so
It
good.
wasn't the only time, but it was the most current. It was
It was the
definitely
most
the latest.
Yeah, Terramana is a very, very great brand.
Cody, I'm going to send you a file of the show.
Yeah, he
of the
got
Christmas party.
it was our holiday party show, Cody, and let's just say Mark was he was heavily influenced by the Terramana that night.
Tis the season, guys. Tis the
Tis the
season.
You
season.
remember the bus ride where you and Ted got so vodka liquored up and y'all were like bothering the shit out of me, and I said, "Hey, I'm not drinking. Go sit down. Let me sleep." And y'all just kept bothering me. We got to the hotel, and I said, "Okay, y'all are going to bed." And I said, "Let them check in first." I was like, "Y'all are going to get to your rooms." And Cody was like, "I'm an adult." And Ted said, I'll go to bed. I'll go.
Yeah, when
I'm an adult.
When Mark speaks, people listen. Cody, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Seriously, Cody,
Oh,
thank you for the
man.
time. Appreciate you.
to the next bus ride, Mark. Thanks, guys.
To the
We
next
love you,
bus
Cody.
ride, man.
The American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Don't forget to tune in to
That's
Monday Night Raw tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll be talking about it here on Busted Open tomorrow. And, of course, Survivor Series War Games. Cody's first ever War Games coming up November 25th, exclusively on Peacock. We'll react when Mark, Mickey, and I are back right here on Busted Open.